The biggest practice mistake that most guitarists do, or many guitarists, or at least quite a few, whether you're beginner, intermediate, advanced, it's kind of related to what I just played or how I played. So in over 20 years of teaching guitar, this is what I noticed. There are many bad habits, many mistakes. And this one, I think, is on top because it connects different elements of practicing and playing. For example, it affects how you sound, your creativity, the progress you make. So I'd love to know what you think. Please comment if you're watching it live or after. Let me know what you think. What is the most or the biggest mistake you think there is in terms of guitar practicing? One person said, commented on my Facebook group, that it's listening. So he is a teacher and he said that some of the students didn't listen to themselves playing. And I think it's an important topic. It's very related to what I want to talk about in this session. And I would love to know, what do you think? And I'll just say the answer, and feel free to say more things like, you might be on to something that is even bigger. So the problem is playing too fast. That's it. Practicing too fast. And my students know it because I talk a lot about this concept and trying to hear them play. I'm catching that they're speeding it up, saying them slow down, and magic happens when you do that. So in this session, I'll talk about why it happens, why do we play too fast, how it affects us, and what is a simple solution to solve it. So one reason why we play too fast, and let me know if you feel the same way, is that something to do with impatience, right? You want to play fast. You want to make it happen right now. You want to play perfectly, whatever you're working on, your music. You want to learn something and you want to play it straight away. And the reality is that our brain is not capable of doing that. We need to process a lot of things, right? You need to think about the right hand, the left hand movement, the coordination of both. There's so many things to think about when you practice, and it can't be that way. Okay, so impatience is one thing that you might cause you to play too fast. Second thing that is very common, especially during live gigs, and I experience it myself, and it's anxiety. So when we feel that we are under pressure, it's like we're getting into this kind of fight or flight mode. And when we feel scared, under pressure, anxious, we want to actually, run away. So run away, even playing fast, and get over with it so we can move on to the next thing, which will be hopefully less stressful. Let me know if that makes sense. And the third reason why this happens, why we play too fast, is related to confidence, lack of confidence. When we compare ourselves to others, like shredders you see on Instagram, YouTube, and they play really fast, and you don't want to play slow because we kind of associate slowness with beginner and fast and expert, right? Doesn't have to be that way, but we have that kind of perception. And we also want to impress others, right? You want to play fast because, again, it's usually when, like when you watch other guitarists, they play really fast, so you feel, whoa, and you want to be like them. And it's very damaging when you want to get there and you're practicing playing fast. It's actually the opposite. Okay, so let's talk about why is it a problem. So the first thing that comes to mind is you're not when you play fast, again, there's no time to process everything. You're going to ignore lots of things you play, and this is something to do with, again, listening to yourself. So if you want to play cleanly, let's say I'm playing 3 notes. Okay, try to play them fast and play them with a mistake. But if I'm going to focus more on every little note and play, then I can solve all the problems. If I can play it slowly, it means I can play it fast. Right? So the idea is, and this is part of the solution, to start slow and then gradually make it faster. And yeah, let me know if that makes sense. So there are a lot of things that we can't hear when you play fast. We need more time to process. And for example, again, on the electric guitar, it's a transition in more acoustic guitars. When you, for example, the squeaky sounds you have between notes that one is here, one is there, or even a classical guitar, there are lots of noises that we are actually not aware of. Only when we record ourselves and watch back or listen back, then we can figure out, okay, that's a noise I don't want to play. And again, when you play too fast, you're not capable of identifying it and in the moment and fixing it in the moment. So flaws, that was the first concept. The second is frustration. So when you want to start learning something new, especially if it's challenging in a technical way, and you play too fast, then you set yourself up to a failure. It's like getting into a loop of, I really want to learn this. I'm playing fast. I can't. I really want to learn it. I'm not making progress. It's like a loop of frustration. And we just need more time again. We need more time to coordinate again, especially if it's something difficult. The right hand, the left hand, how it sounds like, what I'm trying to do. Other layers, other elements of music, for example, dynamics. Why does it sound like this? Maybe I need to do hammers and pull-offs. There are all kinds of technical challenges. So even the most simple things you want to play, like, again, 3 notes or something like that, there are lots of things to think about. For example, and here's a common problem I see. Where's your index finger, for example, when you play a note? Is it too close to the left-hand side of the fret, or actually closer to the previous fret, and that creates a buzz, right? And how is your angle of your fingers? Can you reach with your little finger? There's, again, so many little details that is impossible to identify and fix when you play fast. And you can think about a simple example is, if I'm trying to speak too fast, right? Already a kind of stutter. If you're trying to speak more than you're capable of, or faster, moving the mouth muscles faster than your thoughts, kind of thing. So it's a natural thing that happens when you play too fast. And the third element, why this is a problem, why playing fast is a problem. And have you ever played something on the guitar that sounded really, really good, but then you thought, hey, why did I play? I don't remember anything. I know it happens a lot. And it happens to me as well when I play too fast. And it happens to many others. But if you play it slowly, like let's say you're noodling, okay? And by the way, noodling can be seen as a mistake in terms of practice. Depending on how you interpret noodling, but noodling can be a great idea. So noodling can be basically improvisation, mindless improvisation. Oh, that sounds great. What did I play? I don't know. It was too fast. But if you do the same thing, if you noodle slowly, then you're more aware of what you play. You're better you be able to better remember what you just played, even if it was a few seconds ago. Because another thing is you're gonna play less notes, right? When you play slower, we tend to kind of play less notes. Faster, we play more notes, if that makes sense. And it's more difficult to remember if there are many notes than less. Hope that makes sense. So, again, one solution to some of these problems is to record and film yourselves and then watch it back. But I know that not many people do it. Like, if you actually record it, will you actually listen to it? If you are, that would be great. But a better solution is to fix it in the moment when it happens. So you're working on something, you don't move forward until you fix this thing you need to work on. Okay, so the simple solution is to slow down. It's that simple, but it's that hard. Because, again, we are not aware of it. It's be part of it. It's to be aware of how you're playing, what you're playing, and mostly how fast it is. So when you slow down, you can correct mistakes and bad habits. Again, there's so many things to work on. So let's say you want to work on a lick, something like this. Okay, so when you do it slowly, you can focus, for example, what is the right hand is doing? I'm playing fingerstyle, but now I'm looking at my right and I'm following my fingers. Do I alternate fingers, right? Because this is usually the best way, not to use one finger, you have two, right? Same as playing up and down with a pick. Okay, so one time I'm playing, looking and watching carefully what my right hand is doing. Now I can shift my focus to the left hand. Okay, see? Okay, am I reaching the right pitch, right? When you bend a note, let's say, you want to reach the right pitch. And if you do it slow, if you do it fast, you can't catch it, right? If you, for example, this is again specifically for a band, when you bend the string, only when you do it slowly, you know exactly, okay, that's the right spot I need to focus and practice. So every time I'll hit that same spot. Okay, again, just one element out of the whole lick. Now, okay, am I too close to the left hand side? Yeah, I fixed it. Okay, I hope, again, that simple solution gave you some deeper insight of how to practice correctly. So slowing down can, again, make you play cleanly and clearly, because you're working on all the little details. You'll be mindful every note. You can actually turn it into kind of a relaxing guitar meditation. When you play slow, we will feel more relaxed naturally. Like when I'm going to speak now slowly, I feel more relaxed. And when I speak slowly, I know that sometimes I speak too fast and kind of swallow some syllables. And when I speak slowly, everything is pronounced in a more articulated way. And the same thing with the guitar. So we can be mindful every note you play. So you give respect and the attention that every note deserves. Okay, every note is important, not just the notes, but also how you move from one note to the other one, how smooth that is. And another benefit of playing slowly is that by doing that, you'll be more in sync with your guitar, because although our brain can think very, very fast and we can play very fast, but sometimes they're not in sync. The hand movements, the brain that is in charge of sending commands to the fingers, do this, do this, do this. And you do it slowly. You know, it just feels more natural. And probably the most important one, the most important benefit is you'll be able to can not just remember what you just created if you like it, but listen to what you created and experience it in terms of, okay, that sounds good. My noodling, right, my improvisation sounds good, and kind of can inspire you to create something new, a new guitar piece, just based on activating your listening and being aware skills. And if you think you're playing too slow or slow enough, you're not. I know you're not, because again, we have the tendency to play fast. So what you can do is use a metronome if you need to and put it on 70 BPM or so, or even slower, maybe slightly higher, to kind of make sure you're playing really, really fast. Yeah, so I hope this video helped to identify, again, one of the problems that I think is really, really crucial. Let me know if you do that and if that helps. And if you like this video, I'd love to invite you, if you're not a student of mine yet, to have a guitar chat with me. I'll post a link to my direct link to my calendar, so you can book anytime that is suitable for you. And what I can offer you is a personalized practice plan to make sure you eliminate all bad habits and gain good habits and avoid all mistakes. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it valuable. Let me know in the comments. And again, if you want to fix your problems, bad habits, that's what I do. This is what I help with. So, till next time.